we keep going around in the same kind of conversation, which is that we recognize that the bill contains a lot of moving parts, including this commercial vehicle fix, which I will state once again, we all support. And I will also once again suggest that I didn't vote for the change that caused the problem. So, it's one of these things, it's very difficult sometimes when the majority has an agenda and they're moving their policies and you don't support them, and then later on there's a correction invariably to something that got messed up with that policy, and now I've got to decide how I'm going to handle it. I'm like, well, I didn't vote for that to begin with. So I don't feel any ownership of the problem with that tax, other than I want to protect my constituents back home, and I certainly want them to know I'm in support of anything that's going to reduce the taxes that they're paying. But I think they know that. I think my constituents know where I'm coming from. But what I'm concerned with is that we couldn't just have a clean bill here. We couldn't just come up here and say, oh my God, we got this problem with this corporate, their commercial vehicles are going to get taxed as personal property in some towns, and that's going to be crazy. We have to fix it and do that. We couldn't do that. Why not? That's my big question. Because to me, that's what you do. You come up here, you fix the problem, and you leave. But instead, the majority said, well, we're going to fix the problem. But at the same time we're going to fix the problem, we're going to do 130 some odd pages of other stuff. And one of the other things we're going to do is we're going to take that away on one hand, but we're going to charge people more on their personal property tax on the other. Because the schedule is obvious. Everyone's personal property car tax is going to go up 5% on this schedule. And I have a difficulty putting my John Hancock on that, or pressing my green button here to suggest that that's a good idea, because I don't believe it is. And as a result of that, Madam President, let me offer an amendment. It's LCO 6220. I asked the clerk to call it, and I'll be allowed to summarize.
Mr. Clerk.
LCO number 6220, Senate Amendment A.
Senator Sampson.
Thank you, Madam President. This is a very straightforward amendment. It takes this giant omnibus 130-plus page bill and simply modifies the schedule that I've been referring to for the last 15 minutes that is in Section 3 of the bill, and it is on page 7. And what it does is it eliminates the changes that are in the proposed bill before us, increasing the property tax amounts 5% each year, and leaves it at the current law. This will result in a reduction in the amount people are charged for their automobile property taxes versus the bill that will be voted on today. I move adoption. I would ask for a roll call vote. It's a very straightforward vote, folks. Do you want people to pay more car taxes or less? If you want them to pay less car taxes, you support the amendment. Thank you very much.
Members oppose the amendment.
Thank you. Will you remark first the tally?
Senate Amendment A, Senate Bill 501. Total number voted 29.